What's going on, people? Miles Appeal coming to y'all from my mother's backyard. And today's video, we're just going to be talking about the topics of the day. I got one of my buddies that's going to join the live, and he's going to talk about his travels. He's been outside the country numerous times. He's been to numerous different countries. And he's going to come on here and he's going to talk about his adventures. So as soon as he comes in, we're going to get started. But please like, subscribe, and share this live. On the path to 1,000 subscribers. So I'm going to be doing lots of different types of content. And just get ready. I'm waiting on my buddy Murphy to come in. And okay. So yeah, he should be joining in a couple minutes. And I'm just here in Louisville, Kentucky. I came to take some of my stuff to my apartment in Cincinnati. And after that, I came to Louisville to spend the holidays with my mom, my sister, my brother, nieces, and nephews. So I think I'm going back to Maryland tomorrow. We'll start going out getting more content. But really, while I've been here in Louisville, I've just been giving all my time to my mom, going to see people I haven't seen in a long time, just trying to get used to this humidity. But yeah, today was a cool day. It's been like 97 degrees here every day. But today it rained. What's going on, Spicy? Man, I'm doing good, brother. How you doing today? Man, thanks for joining the live, man. I'm waiting on one of my buddies to join. He's gonna tell me about his experiences of traveling around the world. So I'm just sitting on here talking about what's been going on today, why I'm here in Louisville at my mom's house, and things of that nature. So back to what I was saying. Yeah, I came here this weekend to deliver some of my stuff. Man, my channel was just about life. Really, I started my channel about 4 weeks ago, and basically it was just an experiment to see what I could come up with. I'm a traveler. I like to travel. Um, I like going to concerts. I just like hanging out. And basically, I just wanted to give everybody a glimpse into my life, some of the challenges that I deal with on a daily basis, some of the good things that happen to me, just real life. Every day isn't a good day. Some days are bad, and I'm gonna give you all that. But really, that's what my page is about, man. Just about my everyday life. I like sports. I like traveling. I like live music. So I'm just gonna give y'all the glimpse into the places that I go, people that I know. Um, so yeah, Spicy. I subscribe to your page as well, man. Where are you at? Where are you located? Good looking, Spicy. Good looking, man. So where are you located? I gotta make a phone call real quick. Shouldn't take but a second. Oh, okay, Washington State. What's going on, Carl? Man, I came to your live yesterday, Carl. Man, but it ended. It ended, man. Yeah, man. I still up to both of y'all's channels, man. So yeah, man. Let's grow together. Road to 1,000 subscribers. That's what we all trying to do. Murph Dog. Where you at, man? I'm on live, man. I'm waiting on you. Now you got to go to my live and look for the. Hold on. It'll be alive. Yeah, man. We're gonna get there, man. 1,000 subscribers. I mean, I got a couple people in here now, so I don't know what's going on. Okay, man. So yeah, Spicy and Carl, my buddy's gonna come on here and he's gonna I'm gonna ask him a bunch of questions about some of the choices that he's made, some of the decisions that he's made, and I know he's gonna talk to me um, about some things that I'm into. I mean, really within the next 18 months, I see myself moving outside of the US. So that's one of the main reasons I want to bring him on here and ask him some questions is, what has he seen outside of the country? I've been outside of the country and I've had some good experiences, and I want to talk to him about his experiences that he has had as he has traveled outside the country. So, as soon as he comes in here, Mitchell. So hold on, man. I got to figure out how to bring you on. Like, trying to see how I can do this, man. Can't figure it out. Here we go. Can't figure it out, brother. How to get you on here? Guests. Invite a guest up to the clipboard. Okay, I didn't copied it to the clipboard. Now I'm trying to figure out how to add a comment. I don't think I can add a comment. Here you go, Murph. I thought I added the banner. Hey, Spicy, I appreciate you, man. Bonds, how are you tonight? How are you tonight, Bonds? Murph, I'm trying to figure this out, brother. I cannot. Yeah, yeah. There's a link, but I got to figure out how to put it into the chat. That's what I can't figure out. Now I don't know what I did. Hey, Carl, man. Thanks for stopping in, man. Hey, man. Next time you do a live, let me know, man. Cause I came to check you out, and like I said, man, a couple times you started a live and you ended it. Yeah, man. I want to support you, brother. So yeah, next time you have your live, let me know. So I most definitely want to join you. Here we go. Here we go. Murph, did you get the link? So spicy. Is it raining? Is it raining there today? Aspen, how are you, man? The Philippines. There you go, Murph. I figured it out. Man, that's good, Aspen. Man, thank you for joining the live, man. I really appreciate you. We're gonna grow together, all of us. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, all of us. So we're gonna eventually get there. It's gonna take some time, some work. I've been to Washington. I've been to like right outside of Seattle, Redmond, Washington. I came there to do some work for a government contractor that I was working for. So I'm about to bring my buddy on here with me, and okay, Murph, I figured it out, man.
We were getting there.
Yeah, man. It's a learning process.
I understand.
Okay, Murph, I figured it out, man. So yeah, man. I was explaining to them that I was bringing you on my live, man, because we've been friends for over 10 years, and over those 10 years, I've seen things that you've changed, things that you've done, places that you started to visit, and I just wanted you to talk to my subscribers and the people that's on the live about the different travels that you've made, why you decided to travel to those different countries, and what was the motivation.
I'm hearing a serious echo, brother.
You didn't hear nothing that I said?
No, I heard you. I hear a serious echo.
Oh,
I think I need an earpiece. That's why.
well, yeah, man. Talk to me about your travels.
All right,
And
I'm gonna try to ignore the echo.
okay,
All right, what do you want to know? Where you want me to start?
man. I mean, what was it? What was it? What was the deciding factor when you said I'm gonna travel outside of the country?
I think the first thing was just talking to a friend that you know,
Okay.
and for years he's always got on me about getting a passport. His thing was, as a black man, you're supposed to have a passport.
Yeah.
The world is yours, that kind of thing. Um, First time I left the country, it was with someone, and I went to the DR. So I had a small taste. Felt good.
Oh man, I loved it. I'm gonna talk about the DR soon. I'm gonna talk about
Beautiful,
the DR soon and my trip to the
beautiful
DR
place.
soon.
Beautiful place.
Yeah, it's one of the most beautiful places I've been to.
Yeah. But I had some sand with me that I took to the beach. So
Okay. Hey man, you took Stan to the beach when you went.
Yeah, I did. Okay, so the second place I went to was actually Africa.
Okay.
Went to the Senegal. I stayed out there for like maybe 7 or 8 days.
Okay.
Wasn't bad either. The flight actually was good. It only took 7 hours to get there, which was impressive. It was different. It was different. As a black man leaving the Matrix, Babylon, it was a wonderful experience because I got to see people that look like me.
Empower.
Yes. And it was just so calm. Everyone there had something to do. Everyone works. So everyone was always busy. You didn't have to. It's like when you leave the United States, it's like a big weight off your shoulder. And the weight here in America is, of course, a lot of folks don't want us here.
Oh,
But when you go over
spicy.
there, you're not viewed as a black man. You're viewed as a tourist.
Right. Right.
As a tourist, you got money. We want your money. How you doing? I can respect that. And that's pretty much what I got. I got a big weight off my shoulder when I left the country. So, like I said, the first time I left out, I went to Senegal and I went by myself. So I got to see some of the sights. I stayed in an Airbnb above a mosque. So in the middle of the night, I can hear them chanting in the middle of the night. And I'm like, wow. I step out of the building, I'm in the street. I'm watching kids go to school. I'm watching the hustle and bustle, everyone going back and forth doing what they're supposed to do. And it was just nice. I want to go. I want to go back to Africa, but I'm thinking more or less like Ghana, maybe Nigeria, uh, Kenya.
A lot of African American people are moving to Ghana
Yes.
and leaving the U.S. That's one
Yeah.
thing that I do know. I have a friend that left and moved to Nigeria, and she left and she says she's never coming back.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot. It's funny because when you speak to a lot of folks here that never been anywhere,
Mhm.
they had this misconception.
Hey
Oh man,
Ivy. Hey Ivy, how are you? Ivy, if anybody has any questions for us or has any questions for Murphy, please put the questions in the chat and we will answer the questions.
oh, I be sitting in the chat.
Yeah, Ivy's in the chat.
I didn't know that. We can explain who Ivy is in a few.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
We'll explain Ivy in a few.
Okay. All right. So pretty much the misconception with Africa is lions, tigers, bears, wild animals, jungle. That's a misconception. But when you get there, they have high-speed internet, they have roads, people actually eat. There's concrete, there's buildings, there's cars, airplanes, and this is like they actually have 4G in the air. So I didn't have phone signal, but I was able to just do everything because 4G was in the air free. So it's not that bad.
What was the
Now,
nightlife like?
I didn't go out at night. I wish I would have, but I didn't.
You didn't go out at night.
No, I didn't.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay, so went to Africa. You came back
Yeah.
from Africa.
And that was
I remember when you came back from Africa.
Mhm.
You came back and basically you said that it had changed you.
Yeah, it did. It did.
What was it about the trip to Africa that changed you?
Well, like I said before, the thing is that I got to see people who look like me. And it made me feel comfortable. I was very comfortable. I didn't have to worry about this new terminology we got now of a Karen, of a Darren, of the stressors that we have here. I didn't have to worry about that. I felt safe.
I can dig it.
I felt safe. You know, now my mom was worried about me going to Africa. Some of my friends, because it's like, oh, you're going by yourself. Watch out for this, watch out for that. And I'm like, you've never been out the country. Why are you telling me to watch out for something?
Right. That's what people were telling me when I said I was going to the DR for my birthday, and I told them I was going by myself. It was like, you gonna go out of the country by yourself? And I was like, yeah. Why wouldn't I?
Exactly. Yeah, it's not scary.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is just respect the people.
Yeah.
Just respect the people.
When I went to the DR was one of the most comfortable feelings I've had of being anywhere. I wasn't worried about. It was just stuff that I would normally worry about in America, just being out on the streets, just being out. I didn't have to worry about those things when I was in the Dominican Republic.
You didn't have to worry about being robbed. And actually, what was amazing was I probably was the lightest skinned person out there. So they knew I wasn't from the area because
Right,
Senegal
right.
is actually, I cannot think of the name of the people, but they have a very, very dark skin. I mean, it looks beautiful. But
Igbo?
Huh?
Igbo?
No, it wasn't Igbo. It was a certain tribe, but most of them were police officers.
Okay.
They said you could tell a police officer about a skin tone, which I thought was kind of hilarious, but they were actually right. They were like jet black skin. They knew I was foreigner. They knew I was a foreigner, but no one bothered me. I got some smiles. Yeah, when I went to a restaurant, it's like, "How you doing today?" and smiling. Um, Very few English speakers there. Their primary language is French.
French.
Yeah, primarily French.
So how did you maneuver? Being that, I mean, do you speak French?
No. French fries, croissant. That's about it.
So how did you maneuver?
Well, I knew someone there.
Okay.
See, the thing is whenever I go out of the country, I always have a person that I communicate with, like
Right.
like a guide. Yeah. So I had a friend that spoke. I think she spoke maybe 4 languages. That's another impressive thing about foreigners is that it's kind of reverse. In America, when we talk to someone foreign, we get frustrated because it's like, why are you here? You don't understand me. Why are you here? And they speak little English, but you know how smart you have to be to even pick up English and know your own language?
Yeah.
But we kind of look down on folks that are like, oh, they're foreign.
Yeah.
They can speak the language.
That was one of the things that I noticed when I went to the Dominican Republic was that the Haitians that I came into contact with, they speak English, they speak French, they speak Spanish. It was like they all spoke 3 or 4 languages. So
Yeah.
it's the misconception that the people outside of the United States are dumb and things like that, but that's the exact opposite. They speak more than one language. I mean, I think 75% of people in America speak English, and that's about it. So
Yes.
I mean, that right there is a feat in itself.
Is arrogant. Is arrogant to look at someone who say speaks Spanish and they come here and they barely understand English and we're like, it's like, come on. So
I mean, I got Spanish people in my family, so it's just it's a necessity to be able to speak more than one language. I think it's a good thing. More Americans should really strive to speak more than one language, because when you go outside of the country, a lot of Americans expect wherever they go that there's going to be people that are going to be able to speak English.
we're used to being catered
That's a
to.
big misconception.
You know, one thing that I wanted to see in Senegal that I actually got to see was they have a monument called the African La Resistance. It is a huge gold statue that's probably as big as the Statue of Liberty. It's huge. And inside, when you walk at the feet, you're actually in the African Museum. They had pictures of Barack Obama. I was like, wow. Desmond Tutu, just different black figures they had in theirs. And when you reach the top where the crown was, you can oversee the whole entire city. And it was like beautiful. The thing with it was it was an African man with his woman behind him holding the baby, and he was pointing towards America.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess they were under French rule, and their way of getting freedom was America, I guess. But I wanted to see it, and I got to see it. I took pictures. I've been inside, and I'm like, great experience.
Okay. So you came back from Africa. You chilled out for about 3 months, and then you was like, I'm leaving again.
Well, no. What I said once I went to the DR, I said I'm going to do one vacation a year where I save up my money and I leave the country.
Yeah.
So the following year, I went to Bangkok, Thailand.
Hey, Spicy, thanks for coming in. Hey, have fun in Canada next week. Please support. I support your channel. Please support mine. If you have anything going on, let me know, and I will be sure to join your live or join the conversation. Anything. I really appreciate you coming through today. Okay, Murph.
So next place I went to was Bangkok, Thailand.
Okay.
Woo!
Now, did you go out at night in Bangkok?
Yes, I did, son. Yes.
Okay. So tell me about Bangkok. Tell me about Bangkok.
I was all over the place in Bangkok. I did see some Black American men, which was rare, because we're not in Bangkok.
Okay.
And of course, I saw them at the mall, and we was at a chicken joint. So
when you're abroad and you see other African Americans that are traveling, that are vacationing, traveling, whatever it is they're doing, do you connect with them? Do you talk to them? Do you how do you? Because when I went to the DR, one thing I can say is that all the American dudes, everybody was cool, everybody was talking. It was like, I'm from here. What's up? Let's go get. Yeah, it was real. It was very communal.
Well, see, the difference between you and I is you're very sociable.
Yeah, Murph is, yeah.
Yeah, I'm the opposite.
But
So we do, as Americans, we tend to do one of these numbers when we see each other, because we know who we are. So we kind of acknowledge each other with a
with the head nod.
With the head nod, the universal.
Hey man, one thing I noticed since I live in Maryland, man, some black dudes, man, they do the down head nod. I was like, oh man, it's the up head nod. Ain't no down head nod.
Yeah. They probably from Baltimore, but I'm not gonna clown Baltimore. But Bangkok was actually a beautiful country, beautiful city, Thailand.
That's where you sat next to the tiger.
Yes, I took a picture with a tiger. Actually, pet a tiger, and I fed a tiger.
I don't think I'm sitting next to no tiger. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the next move was sitting on an alligator, and I was like, "Yeah, I have to draw the line with that one. I'm not going to sit on the alligator."
No, but I'm not sitting on the alligator.
Yeah.
Hey Murphy, as Penn said, have you ever visited the Philippines?
No, but I would love to.
Yeah, man, I want to go to that's on my bucket list.
I know one thing, that's a long flight.
Longer than Australia?
No, Australia is, I think, further. You're looking at, when I came back from Thailand, I probably was on the plane 22 hours.
22 hours?
At least. Yeah. That wasn't cool.
That's a long time to be in the air.
It is. I made a mistake. I was riding coach, and I'm a big dude, and big dudes don't need to be in no coach. So I did a lot of walking around. But Bangkok, what do you want to know? Ask me a question.
What was the nightlife like?
It was very busy, but only in certain districts. Like like the young lady that I was talking to, she took me to the red light district, which I was like, cool. But you got to be careful because there's a lot of dudes that look exactly like women.
I
You
mean,
can't.
you talking about Bank Thailand?
Yes,
That's the land of the lady boys.
yes. I think we went to. I think Puerto Plata. No, not Puerto Plata. Yes.
Yeah, Bangkok is the home of the lady boy.
When we went to a restaurant, I'm looking at the waitress and I'm like, dude, look kind of good. Dude, it was scary how much he looked. You couldn't tell.
You could tell.
Nah, it was hard. It was hard to tell.
Yeah, I don't. Well, if it was that hard to tell, I don't think I would have been going there.
Yeah, you got to be careful. But the young lady I was with, she's able to point them out. She's like, "That's a dude. That's a dude. That's a woman." But the place we went to actually they had strippers. We didn't go inside though. I kind of wish we would have, so I can at least had that experience.
Hmm.
Um, but nightlife, it was jumping. It's it's very similar to America as far as malls. Their malls are actually like 6 stories high.
Wow.
It's yeah, and you know how we have 2 or 3. This was 6 stories high. Huge malls. They had a lot of the stores that we have here, Chanel, uh, Gucci, a lot of stores like that. Um,
Hey, that's one of the misconceptions that when I talk to people about when I went to the DR was that they thought I had to explain to them that there was Maserati dealerships, there was Mercedes Benz dealerships, there was Porsche dealerships. It's the third world
BMW,
country, yeah, but there's people down there with money.
yeah,
Everybody,
BMW,
it's not as destitute as you think it is, or they try to make it out to be.
yeah, and that's just American. We're best. We're number one, and it gets in your head, and you thinking, well, we're number one. We're the only ones who have railway systems. We're the only one who has internet, TVs, and you go over there and they got the same thing we got,
If not better.
if not cheaper. It was
Yeah,
cheaper. I
that
mean,
too.
I went over there, dude. I went over there with the money that I have, and I pretty much was able to buy anything I want and as much as I want to, because our money goes longer there.
Yep.
So it was beautiful, man.
So did you go to Pattaya?
I probably did. I know we were all over the place. It was just like my friend was like, "Hey, you want to go to
That's where
such and such?"
that's where Richie Mack is at, Pattaya.
I probably was there, man, because every time she said, "Let's go somewhere," I went. I was like, "Let's go." I stayed out in the streets. Um,
And you were there for 8 days?
almost 2 weeks, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so then you came back from Thailand. I know, I mean, we talked about the Thailand trip for days. You said you was gonna go back there, but
I would go back. I would definitely go back. You
so
know,
what was the next trip after Thailand?
I took a year break. I think I took. I'm not sure. I took a year break because I think we switched jobs.
That's when y'all's contract changed.
Yeah. So my next trip was actually Brazil. Woo!
Brazil.
Yeah, Brazil was nice.
You've been back to Brazil a couple times.
No, I only went once, but I am going back. I'm trying to go back this December. This time I went to Sao Paulo, which is actually more or less the business part. I didn't go to Rio, which is the party side.
Okay.
So next time when I go back, I'm going to the beach part. So it'll be further south. Actually, when I go there, I'm gonna look at property too.
Uh-oh. Ivy said, you who come to Brazil.
She said, "Come to Brazil." Okay.
Ivy said, you who come to Brazil. What's that?
So Ivy's listening.
Yeah, Ivy, yeah. She said, come to Brazil. See, now you're gonna have to tell the people about. I mean, because I'm gonna push the people to Ivy's page anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Ivy's actually my fiance.
You met Ivy when you went to Brazil.
I met her before Brazil.
Before Brazil.
Yeah, and I went there, and I think I was in Brazil. I was in Brazil maybe about 9 or 10 days, and this was at the height of COVID. Right when COVID just started, they started locking down. I said, I got to go somewhere. So in December, it's summertime there.
Yeah.
So I left with a winter coat. I got there and I was in shorts.
Hold on, Murph. To everybody that's on the live, if you haven't checked out Ivy Al McKenna's page, please go to her page. Check her out. She's in Brazil. She has very, very good content. You'll love it. She has content when she came to America. She has content from in Brazil. Go check her page out. You'll love it. Okay, Murph.
Yeah, so about Ivy's page, you'll see her come here to America. She's been to Florida a bunch of times. She's been here to Maryland. I'm in Maryland. She's been here twice. So she talks about some of the differences between Brazil and America. The thing that she likes about America, as far as where I'm at, she loves the peace and quiet. She can't believe how quiet it is here and how peaceful. Very peaceful and quiet, because in Sao Paulo is pretty much you're in the city district, so people are working and it's like noise all day. So it's like DC on steroids. People just going, making the money. But where I live at, people would consider it the country. So it's slow, it's quiet. At night, it's dark, real dark.
Yeah.
But I love it. I'm getting older and I don't like a lot of that noise. But back to Brazil. Yes. Brazil, at the moment I went, it was the dollar was 5 to 1, which means that for every dollar I spent was $5 of theirs.
Okay. So okay. I'm gonna cut you off, but let the people that are on the live know that how the importance of knowing the exchange rate when you go to another country.
Oh, it's very important. It's very important. Like for example, if you go to Brazil with 500 American, it's pretty much the equivalent of 2,500 of their money, which is called. I know in America, I pronounce it as reals, but I think it's reais because the R makes the H sound, so it's reais.
Okay.
But it's like I give you a prime example, and I don't want to put Ivy's business out there, but I had asked her how much money should I bring, and she said, "Oh, just bring about $200." Well, $200 is rent there. 200 American is rent. And I'm like, really? On one of her YouTube sites, she visited some ocean or some beachfront property. And I had asked her how much were the apartments going for. And she said, it'll be 32,000 American and you can buy it. Come on, man. 32,000 is a car.
Yeah.
It's a car. You can pay that off in 5 years.
Basically.
Yeah.
So, do you plan on when you and Ivy get married? Are you all going to live half the time here and half the time there, or are you all going to live in the U.S.?
I like that idea, half and half. But remember, I have a weekend job that I will have to get rid of.
Yeah,
Yeah, if I got rid of the weekend job, I can actually go there and live because
yeah,
I work from home.
yeah, yeah. I work from home, so that's the reason that I'm leaving the DMV. Is I'm leaving those high prices. This is
Yes, yes.
yeah. It's man. Don't get me wrong. I love the DMV. I do not. I really don't want to leave the DMV, but they have priced people out of the DMV.
Now
Miss
I'm doing
Bramico,
okay.
thank you
What's
for
that?
coming through. Thank you.
Uh, but look, when she told me how much that apartment was, I darn near pay that in mortgage in 1 year.
Good.
It's very expensive here, and we're creeping up on $5 gas.
It's overly expensive. That's one of the main reasons that I'm out of the matrix. I'm giving myself 18 months, and I'm
Yeah,
out of the matrix. I'm out of the U.S. I'm giving
and
myself 18 months.
and the key thing, brother, as long as you have high speed internet, you're good. You're good.
You're good.
You know, just you would just have to buy an adapter for your computer so it'll pick up there, so you won't overload your computer on their power.
Right. Right.
But yeah, Brazil was good. It was hot. The thing I didn't. So if you ask me what didn't I like about Brazil, at the time I went, it was during COVID, and you had to wear a mask even though it was outside. And we're not used to that here. So I'm walking around outside with a mask on, and it's like 90 degrees. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna fall out.
So what's the humidity? What's the humidity like?
To be honest, it's hotter here. It's hotter in Maryland than it is there. Because if I didn't really sweat, but if I go outside and I go say water my garden, I'm drenched.
Yeah, man.
So it's not a brutal heat. Put it that way. It's hot, but it's more comfortable than here.
Yeah. It's not. There's no humidity.
And I see what you're doing. But guess what? They
What,
don't have mosquitoes out there.
man? Nah, this ain't mosquitoes, man. This is flies, man. I don't know what the
Dude,
hell.
they don't even have flies because most of the condos have a balcony,
Mm.
and their balcony has like a chain link fence.
Okay.
So when you open up the windows, there's no screens. So I'm like, there's no screens. That's because there's no bugs.
No bugs.
Nothing was coming in the house.
Well, I know one thing that you liked about Brazil because you came back and bought a machine, the sugarcane machine.
Oh yeah, sugar cane water. Oh man. So they had an open market, like a
Yeah, I
farmer's
had
market.
some when I went to the DR, man. It's man. There's nothing like it.
They had a sugar cane there. They mix it with lime. When I say that was the best drink I've ever had on the planet, I would go back just for that drink.
I think Ivy would say different.
But about going back for the drink?
Yeah, you ain't just going back for no drink.
Yeah, I'm gonna come back with my suitcase full of that drink, man.
Man. So Brazil was your last trip.
Brazil was my last trip, yes.
So what's your next trip?
Brazil.
Back to Brazil. I'm going back to the DR on August the 12th. The guy that made my clothes, he's having a birthday party. I'm going to his birthday party.
You said August. Let me check my calendar.
Yeah, August the 12th.
August 12th. Okay, that's what.
You
That's
see,
on a Friday.
you see, Ivy laughed at that. let me see what I'm doing August the 12th. She put rolling on the floor laughing.
Yeah, I know. So the 12th to what time?
I'm probably going the 12th to the 16th.
Yeah. Hey, and that's, I know we're not talking on the topics of women, are we? Are we going
I
there?
mean, we talking, hey man, you just like I've been asking you questions, you can ask me questions as well, man. I can't
Okay.
just ask you questions and
Yeah, yeah. You want to talk about the difference?
yeah, let's talk about the differences. The differences in American women and women that are abroad. Let's talk about that.
Whoo! Light years apart, baby. Light years apart.
So I'm gonna tell you the differences that I noticed. And
Keep talking. I
first
gotta go
off,
get my drink.
I'm gonna let you tell me the differences that you noticed because you've been to more places than me.
Had to get my drink. Gotta get my drink for this one. Okay. I can say the women are more, and I know some American women are probably looking at this like, oh, here he go.
I already know what you're gonna say because I'm gonna say it.
Hey, here's my disclaimer. If I'm not talking about you, it ain't you.
Right.
Don't take it personal. It ain't you. But dating women from overseas, yes, one, they cater to you.
Yeah.
And that's not a bad thing. That's not saying do this. They just cater to you because that's how they were brought up.
They were brought up to be wives.
And that's so foreign to a lot of the women that I've come across in America. It's foreign.
That's the one thing that I did notice. And is that not that it's a bad thing, but they're more domesticated. They're not trying to be independent. They don't want to be independent.
No.
I mean, there's advantages to being independent, but then there's advantages to being codependent.
Yeah. And see, and Ivy's listening to this, so she's hearing what I'm saying. And I'm not lying, but I can say the honest thing about Ivy is when I watch her, I smile.
Yeah, you do, brother.
I
You
smile.
are since Ivy came in, I will say this. Since Ivy's come into your life, you're a lot calmer.
I smile because she lifts a certain weight off of my shoulders. You get what I'm saying? It's like some of the things that I'm here by myself, so I do 100% of everything. And she comes along and she automatically, without me saying anything, picks up the slack. And it's almost like, sit down, I got this. And I'm like, wow, really? The issue with a lot of American women is that a lot of them in this area, they make just as much as a man. So they had that male energy.
I mean, it's a lot of masculine women.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you a funny story. I went to see my brothers, my family, maybe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I went to Hampton, and we were at this cabaret.
I was supposed to go.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, you dropped the ball on that, but I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna tell anyone. But I was supposed to go. there was this little butterball there. She must have been every bit of 4'11" and probably about 167. Wearing tight clothes. I think it was like spandex shorts and a top. Twerking, got her other butterball friend to twerk. They got upset with this dude. And the dude on the dance floor, this is what he's doing. Chilling. Man, these little girls cussed this dude out. I think they even invented some curse words. and they were trying to fight him. I
What?
mean, they was squaring up on him.
For what?
He was telling a story and he said the wrong word and they didn't like it. He was going just like this while they were talking. Like, I'm not taking these girls serious. Dude, it was so bad. I went up to him, and you know me, I'm a clown. I went up to him, I said, yo, dude, you might have to get security to walk you to your car. I think they're waiting for you. I mean, that's how bad it was. I mean, you got women trying to actually fight men. Like, go knuckle to knuckle. Like these women actually thought, we're going to beat this dude up and we're going to take his Jordans. I mean, this is like, it's just like, no disrespect, you're a female. You don't have nearly as much strength as he does. Why are you trying to fight this dude? That's pretty much a lot of American women that I've come across. And I'm gonna tell you, as a black man, I can't do that. I'm sorry. I like women. I don't like dudes. I don't like women who think they're dudes. No man likes that energy.
I don't want no tough woman.
Yeah. She sit up there and she jump in front of a bullet for you. I'm like, come on, take a seat. Well, pretty much. The women overseas that I encountered, it's like it's automatic that I'm supposed to be with a man. And when I'm with a man, this is what I'm gonna do for my man. Ivy said to me, my job is to take care of you. And I was like, wow, I've never heard that before. Hey man, that's impressive.
Is this safe to say? Is it safe to say that Ivy brought some qualities to your life that you didn't think you could get from an American woman?
Oh, dude, I'm so glad you said that. Okay.
And the reason I'm asking these questions is my experience when I went to the DR was like none other. I'll let you finish talking and then I'll talk about my experience when I went.
Okay. Pretty much this. And not being funny, in America, I'm considered Urkel. And you know who Urkel is, right? When I go overseas, I'm Denzel. I let American women define my worth for years. Oh, you're ugly. Oh, you're this. Oh, you don't have that. And it's just the put downs. You go overseas and they see someone who's a protector, someone who's a provider. I need to have that man. And going overseas increased my self-esteem.
Yeah. Okay.
Go.
Now I got another question for you.
Okay.
Now, when you go to these countries, all of these countries have red light districts.
Yeah.
But would it be safe to say that you can go to these places and you can find a regular, normal woman that works a 9 to 5 that doesn't fit this stereotype that a lot of men that go out of the country have in terms of the women that are outside the country?
Yes, because if you're in America, like I said, a lot of times we watch news, which is programming, and we watch a lot of TV, which is programming. So
Yep.
when we go to other countries, we always had this misconception. Or hold on a second, on TV they said the women's supposed to be like this, and when you get there, you see that it's not like that. Because okay, prime example, I'm going to Brazil, and everyone was like, "Party! You're gonna party. It's gonna be women walking around, big breasts, and you're gonna have fun." And it's not like that. Maybe Rio, maybe some areas, but I didn't see that. I saw people about their business.
What I'm saying is that what I'm getting at is that there are places in America you can go and there's gonna be hoes. But not all American women are hoes.
Yeah, it used to be 14th Street here in DC.
And then there's places you're gonna go outside the country, there's gonna be hoes, but all of those women aren't that. Would it be safe to say that?
Yes, because when I went to Thailand, we went to where the hoes were. And they were in that pocket. You get what I'm saying?
8-block radius.
Exactly. So that was just like DC back in the day. We used to go down to 14th Street and you can see the hoes out there advertising.
Yeah, when I first moved to DC 13 years ago, you could still go down there and see that.
So back in the 80s, we used to drive out there and they'd be out there catcalling, trying to get money. So you do have your pockets here and there. It's more subtle in America now, but you got your pockets, even overseas.
Right. And it's just because this is a misconception that all these women are after your money, all these women are trying to get your money, all these women are trying to rob you, and I'm just gonna tell you my story about when I went to the deal.
Okay. And I'm gonna go to the green card thing as soon as you finish that one.
So I had planned to go to Egypt for my 50th birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And because of gas prices and everything, the plane tickets were astronomical. Yeah. So then I was going to go to Paris, and I didn't want to go to Paris because it was cold in Paris. It was cold in America, and I didn't want to go from one cold place to another place. So I had heard about the DR. So I planned a trip to the DR. I get to the DR. I'm linking up with some guys that I had talked to before I got there. They took me out to a couple places. We went to a restaurant on the night of my birthday. And a woman in the DR bought me birthday cake, had the bottle girls come out with sparklers and everything, and had the people bring out some more cheesecake to me. So the misconception that there aren't women there with money is absolutely wrong, because I had a conversation with a woman. We talked. Next thing I know, I had stuff coming out from my birthday. So the misconception that the women over there don't have money, and that's just totally wrong. It's not based on fact. So I met this woman. She bought me birthday cake. She took me around the city and showed me around the DR, all the places. Took me to the chocolate factory. Took me to a cigar factory. Just basically gave me the DR experience. Took me to the barrio. Introduced me to people. I met the guy who made my clothes. These are people. When I went there, I made people that made and met people that are going to be lifelong friends that I still talk to this day. So my experience of going to the DR is that I went there with open arms. I went there to respect the culture. I went there to learn, and I wanted to be a part of the culture. I didn't really go as a tourist. I went there. I wanted to embed myself into the barrio, and basically the driver that I had, I told him, take me to where you go to eat. Take me to the clubs that you go to. Take me to do the things that you usually do. Because I don't want to come as a tourist.
And not to cut you off, when you travel, you're not vacationing, you're traveling.
Right.
Which means that you want to absorb yourself in their culture. Me, when I go overseas, I don't want to stay in an American resort because it's like, what's the point? I could have done that here.
Right.
So I get what you're saying when you ask the cab driver, take me to where you go, because you want their culture. You don't want to sit in some resort that's Americanized. It's like, what's the point?
Right.
So I get it. I like that idea, and that's why I always do. When I go somewhere, I stay where the people stay.
Yeah, I want to embed myself with the locals.
Yes, yes.
I want the local experience. I don't want the tourist experience. I want the traveler experience. Hey, Murph, man, I really appreciate you coming on here with me tonight, man, and talking with me. Ethan Husky, thanks for coming in, man. Thank you. I really appreciate you. Vicey, thanks for inviting Ethan, and thank you for coming through.
Hey, next time we talk, man, I want to talk about the green card situation, because the big thing that a lot of American women, they just want a green card. That's why they want to come here.
Shit, let's talk about it
now. Okay, quick story. So one of my good friends, right, who turned me on to leaving the country.
Mm-hmm.
He was conversing with a Filipina for 3 years before he even physically saw her. They met up in Hong Kong, and then they went over to China, and then they went to the Philippines. So he spent actually a month with her. Okay, so I'm talking to another set of friends who knows him, who are friends with him.
Mm-hmm.
And they're asking, "Oh man, how's he doing? I haven't seen him in a while." I'm like, "Yeah, he's good. Yeah, is he? What's up with that girl from Philippines he was talking to?" I'm like, "Oh, they're getting married." "Oh no, they falling apart. Why is he marrying her? All she wants a green card." And I'm like, "Have you met her before?" "No." "Have you spoken to her before?" "No." And this, how do you know she wants a green card? You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, our friend, he's been married before to an American woman.
Yeah.
And I've heard some of his stories, and it was the worst experience in life.
I've heard both of y'all stories.
Yeah, I had a real bad experience too. American woman. Yeah, okay. So I'm talking to him. Yes, they're married. They've been married now, I think, 13 years. And he tells me it's the best relationship that he's ever had in his entire life. And I met his wife. She's a wonderful person. And I can truly say, I said this to him about his ex-wife. Your ex-wife, though, she didn't like you, dude. She didn't like you. This woman right here, she adores him. His wife, she adores him. She just got her citizenship, though.
I mean, it's 13 years.
Yeah. Yeah, she ain't going nowhere, man, and he's happy. His health is getting better. Yeah. So to all those who always say, "Oh, they just want a green card," trust and believe, not everyone wants to be in America at all.
Yeah.
It's not the greatest place on the planet. It's a lot of good here. It's a lot of opportunity here, but it's also a lot of nonsense. A lot of nonsense. And I've talked to people from Nigeria, different parts of Africa, and the one thing that they say they love about being in Africa is that they have freedom. I'm like, wow. We're free. Isn't that crazy? And we think we're free here.
Not with the bills and the stuff we have to pay on a monthly basis.
And the politics and the nonsense.
And the games. You got to play the game. You got to do this. You got to do that. Why I got to play the game to get ahead? Can I just get ahead?
My philosophy in America is, look, Leave me alone. Stay out of my way. That's all I want. Leave me alone. Stay out of my way.
Basically.
But yeah, I just wanted to share that story with you about the green card situation because
Hey,
I
man.
keep hearing people always say that. It's like, come on, man. Come on.
Not
Okay.
everybody wants a green card. I mean, people over there have passports as well. They travel. There are travelers there. They go to different places. So it's, you know,
Yeah.
we get programmed into thinking certain things, and when we leave the country,
Oh,
that programming is just debunked. And I can honestly say that, like, I've been to 43 different states. I've been to Canada. I've been to Mexico. But going outside of the United States, away from anything attachments to the United States, was one of the most liberating, thought-provoking times of my life. And I can honestly say that when I came back from the DR from my trip, I was a changed person. The
yeah.
way I thought was changed, the way I moved changed, the things that I'm doing since I have come back has changed. And people see these changes within me. And those changes were brought by the treatment that I received when I was outside the country.
Yes.
I've
Yes.
never been. I've lived in America for 49, 50 years, and the way that I got treated when I went out of the country, I've never experienced that in my life.
Exactly.
Never experienced that.
Exactly. I'm gonna tell you one thing too. The misconception outside of the U.S., the black man is a very hot commodity. I'm not gonna lie.
I will attest to that. I will attest
It's
to
a
that.
hot commodity because people, one, they like the black American man is different than any other black on the country in the world. We know how to treat women. We know how to treat people.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's what people like. They like the fact that we have a lot of honor and respect.
A lot.
Plus, we got that swag.
Hey, man, that's the number one thing, the swag.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's my mother's garden.
Oh, I see. Okay, what she got going on?
Some peppers, some tomatoes, some beans, some peppers.
Okay, mom got the green thumb going.
My mom always had the green thumb. I got the green thumb too.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Yeah, I got the green thumb too, man. I got it from her.
Yeah.
But man, I really appreciate you coming on here with me tonight and having this discussion. We're gonna do this more often, brother.
Hey, link her page. Link her page.
Miss Traumatos, Aspen, everybody that joined the live tonight. I really appreciate you. Please share, like, and subscribe to the channel. Share the page, like the video, subscribe to my page. Thanks.
Hey,
yeah.
Hey, brother, not to disturb you, but link Ivy's page to your page. Link
yeah. I'm gonna link it. I'm gonna put Ivy's link in the description.
That's what I'm talking about. Support, brother. Support.
I got you. Ivy been supporting me, so I'm most definitely gonna support her. Ivy. Right. Another thing, Ivy, I got some YouTubers that I'm gonna send you the names of their pages, and they can help you to grow your page. I'm dealing with them, and my page has been growing. Really, really good people. It's a way to grow your community, to get noticed by some spaces that you may not get into just being on YouTube. So I'm gonna send you the information, Ivy, so that we can grow together. But yeah, Murph, man, thank you. We're gonna do this again, man. We're gonna do this again.
Got to, man. Get the bugs under control, son.
We got to get you to start your page now, man.
Yeah, I know.
The gardener page, man. You got that big garden, man. Come on, man. It's time. It's time.
It's time, man. I got a lot of wonderful vegetables out there.
Yeah, man. And I won't come on your page too, man. But yeah. But Everybody, thanks for tuning in to this live where me and my homeboy just talked about traveling abroad and the women that you come into contact while doing that. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.